Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with more Clone Wars, you guys. I am really excited to see more of the show. As you guys know, I just have a really fun time with it, and I always enjoy the eps. So if you're joining me early today, you already know what that means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and as always, I'm sending up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. So, let's see. Last time on Clone Wars, we had a very fun episode about Ahsoka losing her lightsaber. She more specifically gets it stolen. They're in this kind of area that I guess there's a lot of crime and mischief and everything going on, and she ends up losing her lightsaber. Now, the one thing that I found kind of interesting about that is that Anakin never found out about it, but in my mind, I kind of like to think that he knew, and he was just kind of not seeing anything to see how it played out and see how she handled it. They never said anything like that in the episode, but in my head I kind of like to think that, or I like to think that maybe it'll come out later on, because that's the one thing I was kind of surprised, is I thought they were gonna have a teaching moment later in the episode, but I think the point of the episode was kind of to focus on this older Jedi Master that we get. I don't know if it's the first time we ever saw him, but on this show, it's the first time we spent a lot of time with him. And let me tell you, I think his name was Sanoob. I'm terrible with names. But let me tell you, he was a treasure. I would watch a spin-off show about him where he's just a noir detective going. It's because his big thing was criminal history and stuff like that. And I will tell you right now, I would watch an entire show about him going and solving crimes. It would be like Matlock, He's not a lawyer. He'd be like a detective, I would so watch that. But it was a great episode. It was very fun. Good little kind of nugget of wisdom in there about his whole thing was patience, don't rush into everything. Not everything requires you to rush. I thought we were going to get a little bit more about the two villains of the episode, who were trying to take off after this, we find them in this, I guess he was like a gangster, in his apartment or whatever, and he's been killed, and I thought we'd get a little bit more there, but we really didn't need to. The story wasn't about them. It was about my man Sanoob. I really hope I'm saying his name right now. So I really liked that. It was fun. I love Ahsoka episodes in general, and that one was just even better because of the addition of that character. I do see that the one that we're starting up now is about Mandalore, and I'm very excited because I've been told a lot about, not specifics about the Mandalore arc, saga, whatever on this show, but when I was reacting to The Mandalorian, people will come in and be like, yes, this is something that happened on Clone Wars, and this is something you will know more about once you see it on Clone Wars. So I will try not to make a lot of direct Mandalorian references, because I don't know who's seen what. So you may have seen all Clone Wars and you're watching it with me, but maybe you're hanging on to Mandalorian to watch later. I don't know your story, but I'm going to try to kind of hold back on that, but you might see the light bulb go off at times where I'm like, oh, now that makes sense. I'm thinking of some stuff in particular in season 2 that was kind of directly right out of some of the things that they've established here. So, and that's kind of a spoiler. I'm sorry, guys. Dang it, I already failed. Alright, guys, since I already failed in my mission to not spoil you on anything from The Mandalorian, which I think you're probably fine, but, again, I'll try not to get too specific. I'm just really excited to start the arc. What do you say we go ahead and get started on the next episode? Let's go.
Far be it for me to keep the Duchess waiting.
I can't tell if that sounded sarcastic, but you can never tell with Obi-Wan. It's just his voice. It's just his thing. I think I may have seen parts. Just full disclosure, I may have seen parts of this before. Or heard about it. I can't remember.
All of our warriors were exiled to our moon, Concordia. They died out years ago.
Are you certain? I recently encountered a man who wore Mandalorian armor. Jango Fett.
Jango Fett was a common bounty hunter. How he acquired that armor is beyond me.
Well, Master Kenobi, my shining Jedi Knight, to the rescue once again.
You guys. They have a thing, don't they?
You're even more beautiful than ever.
They have a thing!
From a man who accuses me of treachery.
I would never accuse you of personal wrongdoing, Duchess. However, a separatist saboteur
Laying it on thick.
our Republic cruiser.
Where is this prisoner now?
He took his own life rather than submit to questioning. I know these commandos fought in many wars, often against the Jedi.
Every one of my people is as trustworthy as I am.
I know we sound defensive, but
Clearly, your investigation failed because the
she
Sith
sounds a little
get to intervene in our
offensive.
affairs.
My investigation was ordered by the Jedi Council.
I stand corrected. General Kenobi, perhaps you'd like to join me on a walk through the city.
Oh, okay. Well, that was quick. So it was just the Republic that she didn't want to tango with.
How widespread is this Death Watch movement?
It's hardly a movement. It's a small
Okay.
group of hooligans who choose to vandalize public
Hooligans.
nothing more. We shall soon have them in custody. We have tracked them down to our moon, Concordia.
I hope
Okay.
you're right, Duchess.
All right. So then she was like very on board with giving him lots of info.
By the arrival of this Jedi doesn't upset you. You promised to support the Death Watch forces so we could overthrow the Duchess Satine and a peace-loving government.
Okay.
I intend to keep my promise. But how?
Okay.
The work of a peacekeeper is to make sure that conflict does not arise.
It's a noble description, but not a realistic one.
Is reality what makes a Jedi abandon his ideals? Or is it simply a response to political convenience?
Oh, I'm sorry, you were saying?
I'm
I
fine.
want to interview everyone here. Nobody leaves this scene.
Oh, I think you have your your perp. You've got your perp, or at least somebody who knows something. Why else would they be running unless there's another reason? No, I'm guessing that's the perp. Oh no! Uh-oh.
Only want to talk.
Is he gonna jump? He's gonna... Oh my, and we, oh dear. Oh, is he was flinching. Is he dead? And he's dead. Oh my, guys, we just had that happen on, whoa, the mouse would not approve.
You won't make much progress without me there. Especially since you've just been involved with the death of a Concordian.
Oh,
I know.
well,
I'm
but,
still talking to you.
yeah. Oh, so they have like a good relationship with Concordia? With their moon there, because they have a lot of their people. They said the people who wanted like the warrior ways were kind of like sent to live there, but yet they still seem to have a lot of respect and everything for each other. So
Governor Wiesler is one of the officials I spoke of. He has been working to find the members of the Death Watch.
okay,
I've heard the rumors about Satine, about how she's supposedly leading Mandalore into an alliance with the Separatists.
that voice sounds very familiar.
General Kenobi will join us shortly. He said he needed to meditate. AKA snoop on stuff.
Doesn't look abandoned to me.
Oh no, it is not. It is not abandoned, it looks like. Oh my god.
Thus you threaten the Separatist goals. Take it as a compliment. Someone very powerful is working toward your downfall.
You know, that's not very encouraging though. Okay, so are they implying it's Dooku, or possibly Palpatine, someone high up in the Separatist. Oh my! Oh!
To sweep the area and check for any other Jedi until he
Why is he upside down?
Duchess, please acknowledge.
May I offer another drink?
Yes, certainly.
I'm in a bit of an awkward
Oh boy.
spot by the Death Watch.
Sorry, Duchess. We're out of ice.
Sorry to hear that.
This is gonna be. She's got to answer both.
General Kenobi.
There's a tracking function on your comlink. Follow it due east to my location.
I don't know if I can do that at the moment.
She is good.
Are you not feeling well, Duchess?
Perhaps some fresh air would do me good.
Shall I escort you outside?
No, you shall
It's
not.
rough terrain.
Oh, I'll find my way. Never fear.
She is good at the double talk, though. That scene was very clever. I like that a lot. Oh, and that's down. You know what, Obi-Wan? Your sarcasm is finally necessary.
Are you?
Listen for the loud metallic clanging sound. The machine about to smash me into bits.
Just sassing it till the end, sassing it up right to his last breath.
Well, it certainly took you long enough.
I haven't saved you yet.
Yeah.
No need to remind me of that.
Be patient.
I happen to be a bit short on patience right now.
Oh my God, Obi-Wan! It's like is his life gets put in more peril, the sass increases.
I'm trying.
Yes, that was not sarcastic. That was oh my, that was far too close. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, just enough for him. Oh, nice. Oh, that was quite a move there.
You don't seem troubled that I could have been killed back there.
But you weren't. And yet I still haven't heard any thanks.
Well, you
Oh,
certainly haven't changed much.
what's going on here? There's now I'm kind of seeing if they had a thing, seeing why it works so well because they're both kind of sassy.
We'll have to stand and fight. Or in your case, just stand.
Burn? Was that
Stop him.
a non-violence burn? Wow, Obi-Wan.
You there!
Ouch! That didn't even do anything! Well, it gave him enough time. She could do it because she knew it wouldn't hurt him. Okay, I knew it. I knew it.
Generations my ancestors fought proudly as warriors against the Jedi. Now, that woman tarnishes the very name Mandalorian. Defend her if you will.
So all kind of the old ways versus...
This lightsaber was stolen from your Jedi temple by my ancestors during the fall of the Old Republic.
Oh!
Since then, many
I know what that is. I know what that is. So we know I kind of knew going into this that there was definitely some stuff between the Jedi and the Mandalorians. In ancient history anyway. He did a good job of dodging that. What?
Satine?
Where are they? Where are they? Oh my, where are they? Oh no! Oh.
I saved your life, you saved mine.
Yes. Well, mine was the more daring of the two rescues.
Obi-Wan, just take the compliment, you sassy man!
I wanted to stay out of this conflict.
Given the current situation,
Yeah.
I'm afraid that may no longer be possible.
Thought you of
You, General?
Oh, yay, Anakin.
Am I glad to see you?
I was just gonna say I'm so glad to see him.
The peaceful ways of the locals wore me out a bit.
All right. Wow, that was a great episode. So definitely, coming into this, having seen 2 seasons of The Mandalorian, I feel like I have an even greater appreciation for some things that happened in this episode. I won't get into the details of The Mandalorian, obviously, because I'm not here to discuss that, and I don't know if you've seen it. So, but I will say it was really, really cool to kind of see some of the, I don't want to say origins of things because it's not their actual origin, but some of like maybe first appearances of certain things. Okay. So as I understand it, there's kind of the warrior Mandalorians and the more peacekeeping Mandalorians. So that's kind of what they set out here. And in this episode, we get to see that there's actually, I did not realize how many governments were like trying to stay out of the war. But it makes total sense that like they've shown us in the past just how devastating the effects of the war can be on all different kinds of planets, whether they're like aligned with anyone or not. And we had that episode way back. I think it was like in season 1. Yeah, it must have been season 1 because season 2. About Padme's like uncle, kind of a just sort of honorary title, family friends and all, and you know just how devastating the effects of the war were, despite the fact that they like had an alliance with the Republic. It's the Republic, and we've heard this a couple of times, is so it feels like they're always like at the limit of their resources, you know. Whereas the Separatists just kind of don't seem to have as much of an issue with that. So you can imagine how even like picking a side, but then if you know, we've seen the flip side, like the one episode that we had about the real peacekeeping species of people who ended up just coming and getting invaded by the Separatists, like that caused a lot of devastation as well. So you could totally see why, based on everything that we've learned, there will be a great number of planets and peoples who are like, we don't want to have anything to do with this war. We don't want to be in on it. We don't want to pick a side. We don't want to, but it is kind of hard in this case when you have like, separate government, but still so closely kind of connected to your own government, clearly taking a pretty hard stance, for the Separatists. And yes, it seems like at first it seemed like it was kind of like a renegade, you know, radical group. But if their leader is the leader of that government, that's not a good sign. I would see that as a hard stance in my book. So I wonder just how long they're going to be able to stay out of it, if at all. Okay, so a few things mentioned here that they had like an encounter and everything. There have been a couple times where they've mentioned things and stuff that I blanked on from the movies, and I didn't remember it. But I do think that perhaps this episode is an example of something that happened in an episode that was like out of the airing order. And thankfully, I think a lot of that's going to stop after this season. I kind of just started watching it this way, and here I am. But I know a few of you pointed out, like, hey, like, chronologically, that's not how things are happening. So I wonder if we'll get to see at some point the battle that Obi-Wan mentioned here with the rogue Mandalorian. Or maybe he was just like covering something that happened off camera, and we're just, oh, okay, cool, got it. And that's where he's coming from. Okay, I loved Satine and Obi-Wan and their little whatever that, I don't know why I thought I remembered them having a thing. You know, again, I went into Clone Wars knowing just a few things about certain things that happened in certain episodes because I had either, you know, not been living under a rock when it aired, or in the geek fandom culture world anyway, or you know, I had like researched things or checked out a couple of things while I was watching season 1 of The Mandalorian, which was way before I started reacting to Clone Wars. So I don't know why I remembered them like having but I think it's pretty safe to say like they seemed like they were flirting pretty hard and they knew each other. So I think it's safe to say like, yeah, they probably can have a relationship because of the whole attachment thing, but I think there is some history there perhaps. Maybe we'll get more. Is this going to be like a multi-part? I have a feeling this is going to be like a multi-part arc. Because we haven't had one of those in a while. We had like a few one-offs, didn't we? I feel like it's about time for a multi-part arc. So we're probably going to find out. Maybe they'll say throughout the arc if like they used to have a little bit of a more than professional relationship. I think is a nice polite way to put it. Keeps it G on the channel. I think it will be mouse-proofed. Unlike the... yeah. So every once in a while... they remind you on the show that, like, this is a kid's show, but it's not a kid's show. And it's certainly pre-Disney. So, so there's certain things that, I say that, but I mean, they're certainly doing some really awesome things on the Disney Plus shows right now. I reacted to Mandalorian. I'm reacting to WandaVision. And, I mean, it's not like they keep those, like, totally censored or anything. I mean, they certainly go to some emotional depths in terms of their storytelling and everything and what they show. But, yeah, we straight up had... somebody, and I mentioned this also earlier in the episode with the kind of flashback to whatever happened prior to this, but yeah, that was like a suicide thing. That was, yes, it was. Yes, it was. Okay, guys, that was, I say right after talking about such a heavy topic, I'm sorry, but that overall was a really great episode, and I'm really excited that we're getting to learn more about Mandalore. I feel like, I'm gonna have an even greater appreciation, of the story having come from, Mandalorian Season 2 not that long ago, and also just because it's Clone Wars and because we're getting into a juicy plot that seems really good and exciting, and I love it. I really think I'm going to enjoy it. I am thinking now this is going to be a multi-part arc. I don't know why I remember like hearing that it was going to be, of course, there's probably going to be a few multi-part arcs about Mandalore. I doubt this is going to be the only one, right? Maybe. I don't know. No, I think there's going to be one like later on, because I feel like I remember somebody saying like, oh, season something of Clone Wars, and it was like, now it was like way far away, and I was like, oh man, it's going to be like years from now. Oh, I just want to download this whole series into my brain. But then you wouldn't get to watch it with me, and I'm so happy that you do watch along with me, and I hope you enjoyed watching along with me today. So, alright guys, on that note, as always, thank you so much for joining me today. Cannot wait to see more Clone Wars, very excited for it. Please be sure to join me next time, and we will watch it together. Bye for now, guys!